So you got another idea today, and there comes the imposter syndrome, there comes the overthinking, and there comes the thought, let's do some research. Am I in your business? Oh, I'm gonna get even more in it. So you thought about doing the research. You take out your phone, you go on Google, or you go to your favorite AI platforms, whether that's ChatGPT or Claude, or you go ask somebody, whatever it is, it's all research. But probably this idea came back to you today because you got it 6 months ago. And you spent the entire 6 months doing research till you got overwhelmed and you neglected the idea. Today, you're sitting down, it just comes back all of a sudden. Now you feel inspired to go start your research again. Before you do it, please watch this video. Don't. Don't use more research as a way to procrastinate. Don't think that you can plan enough, you can research enough, you can be prepared enough for the best or the worst things that are going to happen in your journey, on your journey with this idea. Everybody has a different experience. Everybody went through something different, even if they started the same business, even if they went on the same path. Everybody just have unique and different experiences. That's why life is very interesting and fun. One thing about me, I'm going to mix everything together. I like to find something that I like, and then I may do it that way for a while. But knowing myself, I'm gonna add my own spin on it in very short order, and that's something to just note about myself because I'm a very analytical overthinker. And when I talk about this person who has this idea, sometimes that person is me. I have to train myself to do things because otherwise I stay in my head forever and I never get anything done. When I had my first bake sale, and for those of you who've known, I've had, I think, 3 bake sales in the past. My first bake sale was really out of necessity to get some cash because I had just gone back to Jamaica, had my debt to pay, had $0 and needed something to make some money. I thought of the idea. I said, let's go do it. Never had bake sale experience in my entire life. Didn't even know what I was doing. And for the most part, I was kind of scared that it wouldn't work out. And I kind of also self-sabotage. I didn't tell a lot of people because I didn't think they would buy. And I kind of talked myself out of what could have been a more even greater experience than it was. But luckily, I got enough sales that I could cover all my expenses and see some change to pay my debt, right? When I just started, like I said, I did not know anything about bake sale. And I was on the internet looking for ideas everywhere that I could find them. And I got so overwhelmed. And a part of that overwhelming process is what made me self-sabotage myself. I did the event. It was so stressful, but yet still, I did it. I finished it, and I moved on to my second one, which was even better, and my third one, which was even greater. And even though bake sale is not something that I am going to channel into a long-term thing, but it's something that I didn't know how to do, and I learned, and I was able to do it multiple times and at better and different scales. Like, for example, when I did my first bake sale, after I executed, I thought the next time I want to improve my packaging. I did that. I thought the next time I wanted to improve my portion and my profit to expense ratio. I did that. So because I started doing it, I was able to see things that I needed to improve along the way, which is a key point. You think you're going to plan enough for things. You think you're going to know all the things, but you're going to know it when you do. When you do, you're going to see things you want to improve. You're going to see things that you want to change, and you're going to see things that you can optimize the next time around, right? You cannot try to avoid failure to the point where you don't do anything. You will never get anything done. Everybody who's achieved great, massive success has failed many times. Might as well get your failure rate just out the way. Might as well fail as many times as you can, as early as you can, so that you can get as better as you need to be, right? So that you can actually get to the level that you want. Like, everybody started out not knowing. You learned how to crawl, then you learned how to walk, then you learned how to talk, then you learned how to eat. You learned how to not stop talking. not stop eating, all of those things. All of it was a process. All of it you didn't know, and you learned one step along the way. What makes you think having an idea to start a business or to start a project is going to be any different? It's not. And sometimes the reason why we are trying to seek perfection is because we criticize everything that everybody else is doing and we just want our thing to be the best. And honey, the person who is doing it is doing better than the person who is criticizing it every day. I can promise you that. So you're not doing yourself any service to sit on the sideline while you know you have something that you want to execute and not do it because you just think either people are not going to support you or you're going to fail. And I just want you to know, I said this was going to be encouraging, but I just want you to know you probably will fail and they probably won't support. I just thought I'd say that. That does not invalidate your idea. That does not invalidate that you should or should not be doing what you're doing. It just is a natural stage of the process. Not everybody who you expect to support you is going to support you, but do you want it regardless? Or did you want it because you thought you would have their support? Yes, you want the people around you to buy into you and to buy into your idea. And at the right time, maybe they will, but maybe they won't ever buy in. Doesn't change the fact that you have something on your heart, that you have something you desire to do, and you need to put it out there. Not only is this increasing your financial stability, but it's also increasing your validation of yourself. You are proving to yourself that you can do things. You're not just a talker, you're not just a watcher, you're not just a criticizer, you're also an action taker. Right? And there's one better thing than just talking about your life not changing, and that is to change your life by doing. So you will never plan enough to avoid failure. You can never plan enough to avoid failure. Like honestly, whenever I think about a scenario, I map out A to Z in my head of what could go wrong. And whenever I execute, the Z's multiply by 10. There are things that I couldn't even foresee. And there are things that I foresee, but not to the extent that it even went wrong. And so, what am I going to do about it? Just prepare better for the next time. And if there's not a next time in that area, use those as transferable skills. There's still knowledge that you learn that you can apply to many other things, or you can teach somebody. There's always a win in it. Even if it's not something that you can directly correlate to your situation, there's always something that you can share in other situations. You become an expert without even by just doing and failing. Literally. And I'm not saying go do things just to fail, but I want you to understand that everything that you are doing, and if you want to be great at something, you're going to do it for longer than you expect. You're probably going to have to do it for more time in more reps than you expect. And it's probably not even going to come out the way you expect it, but you are building yourself in that space and you're developing yourself into a person who is going to do even greater things. So just like when I started this video, I want to tell you, do not try to take on extensive research to the point where you don't take action. Research is important because it helps you to plan, it helps you to create strategy, it helps you to identify gaps, and it helps you to see what problem your business needs to solve. So it's a great tool. It's a great strategy and a great tool. I would not suggest you going into any area without doing research. What I am saying though, do not allow this extensive research to stop you to delay your action taking. Give yourself a cutoff point. Give yourself a start date and act on it. Give yourself a time when you need to stop the research and go do. You're going to learn way more from doing than from reading, writing, watching. Doesn't matter. And sometimes in the research process, you feel like you're being ultra productive because you're getting all the ways of how to do it. The productivity, however, is mostly in the executing. So if you had an idea on your mind, if you've had something that you've just been putting off because you think you need the right tools, not the right, but all the tools, all the information, all the ways to prevent failure, You might as well just start and figure it out along the way. This is a prime example. I started posting daily 47 days ago, or 48, one of those days, one of those amount. I did not know 48 topics in my head, but the moment I started posting, an idea came. Some days I have a script, that idea that I want to talk about. Some days my idea come 5 minutes before I turn my camera on. But because I'm in the motion of doing it, I am open to the creative thoughts that are downloading in my head. I'm open to seeing things to talk about. I'm open to remembering some of my past experiences to share. So I'm open to a lot of things because I'm in the motion of doing. It's the same thing. It says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Some things you're just going to learn and understand in motion. So get started, get going, and let the work teach you. That's just what I wanted to come on here and share with you today, because I know that it can be very intimidating when you're deciding that you want to start something and you want to do something and you want to get it right. That's a natural habit. But would you literally rather get everything right and not do anything with that information and watch people who are not even smarter than you, who are not even as brilliant as you, execute and win? I want you to sit with that question, because sometimes we just need a little bit more perspective to see our shortcomings. And as I talk in all of my videos, I say this is never about judgment. I never speak from a place. I never want to speak from a place where it's coming off as judge. It's more like an awareness, because once you are aware of something, you can change it. All right. So if one of those things that you do need to start is to work on your finances and you need to support to go from stuck to having a plan, my 30-day reset is in the description below. You can check it out. If it's something else, this is your sign to go start it. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome, my lovely. I'm Khrista-Lee and I talk all things investing in you. If you are a loyal subscriber, thank you so much for watching this video and welcome back. And I'll see you in my next one tomorrow. Follow me on all social media platforms at Khrista-Lee. That's TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And yeah, give the video a like, comment below what's stopping you from starting. I would love to know, right? And maybe it's not what I thought or you thought. Who knows? Share the video with somebody who it can benefit, somebody who you know is putting out something. Let them know that Khrista-Lee is talking to them, okay? And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Let's go make some mistakes. Bye.